Did something
People
similar
understand,
to
that's just a
Kevin by
thin mat
somersaulting to
under
the
them.
floor off a suplex at NXT TakeOver New Orleans.
Oh my God! Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Again, Chaos Reborn, and we back with some more wrestling content. Today we got WWE moves that wrestlers absolutely hated taking. I know a lot of people don't like taking the top rope suplex. I know that. I can't think of none others right now. Maybe like AJ Styles Clash. What else? I don't know. Those are the two I think of right now. Top rope and Styles Clash. Whatever. Anyway, we finna find out what they talking about. So before I start, like and subscribe, the bell notification. Join the squad, baby. Come on, because we're moving up. We're trying to get this channel on and popping. Finna drop a lot of content for you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any. That said, let me shut my mouth, get the right scene up, and get into the video. Let's go.
1, 2.
Is this on?
There's plenty of wrestling moves that hurt or cause
Oh
problems.
my
I'm
God.
gonna say that the last ride is the worst bump that I've ever taken in my life.
To the point where some talent despise taking them.
What's your least favorite move to be on the receiving end of?
Jeff Hardy's Swanton.
It was the
Oh,
crouton.
yeah.
For the longest time, I was like killing people. I just could not control it anymore.
You would know Jeff is putting all his body weight on you. It does hurt.
They might be safe, but they're still painful.
Ah.
So stiff. You're falling
Alabama
backwards
slam. I
under
mean,
your
that's
head,
painful
so
as
there's
fuck.
not much you can do to break the momentum.
For this video, we'll be highlighting these maneuvers, plus some that went wrong because of how
Yeah, I
they were
remember that
taken
one.
and how much damage they caused.
Cena would get very into the moment, I think. It wasn't that he was trying to stiff people, I just think he'd be so into it.
He actually choked me out, and you can watch me pass out.
Today,
Oh,
we use
that's
10
the
moves
softest move
wrestlers
ever. They
hate
lying.
taking.
How many of the guys you work with just could not stand to be chopped?
Bret Hart and Taker were the two worst. Taker would tell me, you got 3.
Flavio Castagnoli, aka Cesaro, noted how wrestlers
I can
despise
understand that.
taking his giant swing maneuver due to how dizzy it makes them. This was revealed during interviews with
Yeah.
Chris Van Vliet and Denise Salcido.
I've
Can
heard
definitely
from many
understand
people
that.
it's their least favorite move to take, and they absolutely hate it to the point where they almost refuse to take it because it makes them dizzy and they hate it.
Brody Lee
I
used
can
to
understand
hate.
that.
He used to curse me
Brody.
out the whole time, which I thought was hilarious. So we would just always, we always got into it beforehand and afterwards. It was great. He just hated it so much.
My goodness, look at this! Cesaro swing! Are you kidding me?
Chris Jericho mentioned in an interview with Inside the Ropes that he wanted to take the swing at the top of the cage at AEW Blood and Guts 2022. However,
Yeah,
shortly
tripping.
after it was applied, Jericho got scared and urged Flavio to stop.
I was scared of falling off the cage. Then I started to lose my mind because all I could see was this little people sitting in the crowd, and I was like, "Stop! Stop! Stop! Stop!"
No, don't do this, Claudio. No! Oh my God! Oh my God! Can you believe
That
what
is so
Jericho has
dangerous.
spoken about various moves he disliked taking.
Oh, yeah, that
including
one too.
Tyson Tomko's
I remember-
Argentine neckbreaker.
Jericho was like, "Yeah, I'm not taking that move anymore." About the one wing angle, he was like, "I'm not taking that move again." He like, it's over
Christian's
with.
bodyguard was Tyson Tomko. His finish was very hard to take.
Tomko going downstairs. Jericho had Tomko pinned there. Go down the bottom. Look out here. Yeah, man.
Jericho expresses frustration working against Titus O'Neil, specifically O'Neil's tendency to throw wrestlers
Oh,
around
yeah.
with little care or how they land.
And Titus O'Neil too. When guys just throw you with no direction and no care on how you're going to land, it makes it harder.
Time to be a champion inside the ring. Driving a knee to the spine of Jericho and then slinging
Throw
it
your
away.
ass.
Chris regretted falling off Big Show's shoulders to the floor below at TLC 2009. Jericho has said on Twitter that this spot nearly cost him his life.
No, that's what you need.
Oh.
Y2J considers the apron powerbomb from Kevin Owens among the worst bumps he's ever taken.
No way, no. No matter what Jericho's
I
done,
bet.
it hasn't disappointed. A
The hardest
power
part of that ring.
Speaking of Kevin Owens, he's narrowed his worst bumps down to 3, including one where he bounced off the apron in Ring of Honor. There was also a chokeslam onto the steel
That made
ramp
my
by
back
Braun
hurt.
Strowman.
That kick by Kevin Owens didn't even phase Strowman. And now the monster in the back with a chokeslam. Oh my God.
And lastly, we have when Owens missed a cannonball and landed hard on the floor.
Looking to strike. He knows he can. Oh God, nobody home.
Johnny Gargano did something
People don't
similar
understand,
to
that's just a
Kevin by
thin mat
somersaulting to
under
the
them.
floor off a suplex at NXT TakeOver New Orleans.
Oh my God.
Gargano had previously performed the cannonball bump to the outside at TakeOver Philadelphia.
Couple of steps ahead of Andrade Cien Almas.
Johnny's got Andrade lined up.
Off the apron. Oh, no!
Nobody home.
That bump sucked so much. And stuff came out of me, and you can guess what came out of me.
Is that just your body's reaction to
like stuff shooting out? Yeah, I think.
The Miz doesn't seem to like taking dives while on the floor. Miz has struggled to catch his opponents in the past, sometimes barely making an effort to stop them. And as we've seen from our last two entries, it's a long and hard way down to the mats below.
And look at Jimmy's gonna fall.
Miz like, I ain't catching no goddamn body. Oh yeah, that was dirty.
Like the Royal Rumble, these guys are not eliminated. Shot doubles are four. Not this time. Man, almost missed a couple of those feet right in the head.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Evan Bourne said in an interview with YouShoot that when facing The Miz, the high flyer knew he wouldn't get caught, so avoided any high-risk dives.
But smart move on Miz's part to roll out of the ring. Well,
You're like, I ain't finna get caught.
Is one of the most brutal whiplash-inducing maneuvers that knocks the wind out of the receiver.
Every time he do it, it just looks nasty.
Numerous wrestlers have expressed how it's the most painful move to receive.
oh no! My God, no!
On the steel. Yeah, that looked like he was just dead.
Including Maven Huffman, who broke down the move on his YouTube channel.
I never looked forward to taking it. I always felt it afterwards, so it goes in the hurts a lot category. One of those moves that you definitely felt a few hours after you left the ring with Bob.
He's a tough dude. There's no doubt he won tough enough for a reason, but he's a tough.
On his one-of-a-kind podcast, Rob Van Dam went into detail on how much the Alabama Slam hurts.
It's so stiff. You're falling backwards onto your head, so there's not much you can do to break the
Why dude
momentum.
so angry in the crowd?
Best bet you can have is to have try to have the impact distributed throughout whatever of your shoulders you can get to hopefully hit the mat at the same time. But either way, you're just going to get rocked. And like every time someone would do that to me, it'd ring my bell, it knocked the wind out of me.
So look at this.
Oh my God. Ooh, I bet that one actually felt better.
Alabama Slam.
Powerbomb is another wind knocker of a move with a rough landing.
Yeah. Man, Test was supposed to be a world champ.
Listed it as his least favorite maneuver to take. Specifically,
so then you started doing it, huh?
Variations.
Yeah, see it used to drop mobs.
Some talent weren't too fond of Taker's version of the powerbomb either.
Nuts, yo. Yo, Guido. That Mark said that's how you do it.
How it's tough to be on the receiving end of the Phenom's last ride.
I will say that the last ride is the worst bump that I've ever taken in my life.
Listen to the impact of this. You're not gonna like this from and that's it. The Undertaker, he hospitalized the Big Show. Now he wants to hospitalize.
Mother.
Let's take a break from the list now to highlight wrestlers who took moves incorrectly and felt the full brunt of the impact.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Kurt Angle injured his tailbone, getting suplexed by Shane McMahon on the ramp at the 2001 King of the Ring.
And blocking that suplex.
But that landing, if your feet would come down a little sooner to stop that.
I didn't take it right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I couldn't even feel anything. My hands were sticking straight out and they were shaking. It hurt that bad. And I thought that I broke my tailbone.
My tailbone actually hurts right now because I fucking own the damn bike. I love my bike, but God, I be getting injured on that damn thing. But my tailbone hurts now, and it's so fucking annoying. Like, just to sit down, to wipe, to just anything. So I can imagine, man.
It was cracked. I mean, it wasn't broken off, but I cracked it pretty good.
Marty Garner luckily escaped injury after he infamously thought the pedigree was a double underhook.
Who does he
Marty
look?
Garner.
Is Matthew McConaughey? Is that who I'm thinking of? All right. He don't look like him.
Luckily escaped injury after he infamously thought the pedigree was a double underhook powerbomb.
That's what his problem was. So he was going to flip up.
Absolutely. I had no idea what pedigree was. It felt like it was going to be a power bomb. I'm just going to kick hard.
Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
Chuck Austin was another local competitor, unfamiliar with the move he was taking, which was the rocker dropper from Martin Jannetty. The botched landing sadly left Chuck unable to walk unassisted.
Chuck says he expressed reservations about having to fall to the mat without using his hands to break his fall.
I questioned him several times, and he told me he was a professional and he would protect me.
He stood all the way up and dove down.
Usually wrestlers go through a table sideways and down the middle, but Jeff Hardy learned the hard way that going through vertically is not a good idea, as heard during an interview with Chris Van Vliet.
And I remember like Vince was like, why do you want to do it like that? I've never seen anybody do it like this before. I just like to do it. I thought my back was all jacked up really bad after that. It just knocked the wind out of me, and I was like, I was all right, but that's probably the most pain I've ever been in from a wrestling, any kind of wrestling move.
Damn. Like, I ain't gonna do that again.
No podcast, Road Dogg said he ate the mat face first following an F5 from Brock Lesnar on Raw in March 2013.
When I landed, I tried to just take a flat face bump, but I guess my arm and his arm were, I didn't turn my head when I landed, so I landed right on my nose and my nether region. But like my nose and my privates hurt so bad, and so then it was like a running rib where Vince would make fun of me after that, like, maybe you Brock at F5 you again.
Like, hell no. Oh, dang. Nasty.
John Cena's STF is infamous for its loose grip, a technique Cena switched to after being told to lighten up by other wrestlers. That's because John's original application of the hold saw him crank back to the point where he choked the hell out of 2 opponents. At Unforgiven 2006, Cena locked Edge in a submission whilst between a ladder. The extra space combined with the tight grip added a lot more force, which legit put the Rated R superstar to sleep.
He actually choked me out, and you can watch me pass out.
He's gonna have to tap out, but it's not gonna mean anything. They're just tapping out, but it doesn't matter.
On Rene Dupree's Cafe de Rene podcast, Chris Masters discussed John nearly choking him out when Cena used the STF for the first time in November 2005.
Cena would get very into the moment, I think. It wasn't that he was trying to stiff people, I just think he'd be so into it. And so I think he even did it like that to Kurt Angle a couple times, and Kurt, somehow he got smartened up that, you just pantomime it a little bit more. You don't have to really wrench it to display the intensity. See me sticking my fingers right? That's literally to create some, because I'm choking. I am dying right here. Like, I can't even handle another 2 seconds of this.
If anybody else had done that, their ass would have been fired or knocked down the card.
You'd be hard pressed to find any wrestler that doesn't detest taking. You'd be hard.
Shit.
Any wrestler that doesn't detest taking chair shots, especially to the head, given how much damage and pain they cause.
I think Kane has snapped.
Man, what Tanaka at? He take. Ooh.
He caught me, dude. I had a lump the size of a.
Yeah, because he didn't have the chair the right way.
He caught me, dude. I had a lump the size of a goose egg on top of my head. That was a concussion.
Kurt Angle seriously hurt his neck after taking a chair shot from Brock Lesnar on SmackDown in 2003.
Brock
was that the Iron Man?
And went straight over my head instead of swinging sideways. And I should have told him, and Chris told him before the match started, swing sideways so you don't go on top of my head where it crunches down on your neck. And I didn't tell him to do that. So he swung sideways on Benoit, hit him, which was a safe hit.
No, take it out, Benoit.
Came over top, everything he had, he brought it right on top of my head. I knew right then, I heard my neck crack. I was like, and my right arm completely went numb. I couldn't even use it. I couldn't raise it.
And Lesnar with a steel chair in hand, take it out.
Vince McMahon's chair shot to Stone Cold Steve Austin at No Mercy 2001 left the
Vince is taking some hellish chair shots. Chair shots too. Is this only WWE?
Back of my head was delivered from Vince.
Oh, okay, because I showed him say Sean Spears.
I can't complain about it because he's wearing several stitches for me also. So.
Man.
Though chair collisions to the skull were later
I love that match.
Chair shots to the back were still allowed. While speaking to Maven, Jinder Mahal mentioned how much he dreaded taking a chair to the back during his feud with Randy Orton in 2017.
I would wake up and be like, I'm going to take a chair shot today. But when you're laying lower to the ground, there's more room for that chair. So that's another cheat code. If you can kind of be higher, it's less. Yeah.
Oh, shot to the gut there.
I will always maintain that he would have been a good champion had they
Venus was seeing stars
pushed him later.
Triple H let rip on him with a mean chair shot in late 2005.
And no one cares about him anymore anyway, so hit him again.
Those first few seconds, when you open your eyes and you come to and you don't know who you are, you don't know what you're doing,
I'm not going to lie, man. That's a scary, scary thing. Like, I would say that was probably the hardest I was ever hit over the head with a chair. It was by Triple H. At nighttime, when I'm laying my head down and it's super quiet, I could still hear that ringing in my ear. And that lasted for almost a year after that chair shot.
Bradshaw was known for swinging the chair, and he once leathered Pete Gas with one of the most devastating chair shots ever. Pete discussed other wrestlers' reaction to the spot on the Stories with Briscoe and Bradshaw podcast.
That is a neurologist's nightmare right there.
Mick came over to me and said, he was telling me the story about when he faced The Rock and he got hit all those times, and he said, don't take too many of those. Jericho came over, and he said, well, you're probably going to face them again tonight. He said, don't feed your head, feed your back.
Jeff Hardy has two different variations of the Swanton Bomb. The first,
pretty one,
more in his younger days, where he didn't make much impact so as to protect his opponents.
Then this motherfucker just started
Then there's the one where Jeff lands hard, making full contact.
I remember that people thought he was hurt, but he
this version
protected
as the
himself.
Crouton Bomb.
It was the Crouton Bomb for the longest time. I was like killing people. I just could not control it anymore.
Swanton Bomb! Here we go! Swanton Bomb!
Oh, I know that hurt.
What's your least favorite move to be on the receiving end of?
It used to be Jeff Hardy's Swanton. Knock on wood, I haven't been eating anything lately that makes me want to. Jeff Hardy's Swanton.
Jeff Hardy's Swanton. He hated receiving the Swanton, which he spoke about on his YouTube channel.
You would know Jeff is putting all his body weight on you. It does hurt. I'm gonna have to put this in the S tier for tag team finishes because again, Matt does a great job in protecting me, but man, Jeff just wants to hurt me.
Like Jeff got a vendetta against me.
Knife edge chops were one of Ric Flair's main weapons in the ring, and given the nature of
He
these
said you only
strikes,
get
they weren't
3.
everyone's cup of tea to say the least, especially Bret the Hitman Hart and The Undertaker.
How many of the guys you work with just could not stand to be chopped?
Bret Hart and Taker were the doors. But Taker would tell me, you got 3.
World Championship Wrestling's all about. That one was like a wake-up call to Bret Hart.
He said you got 3.
Flair showing great heart. Oh, the heart of a warrior. Flair rubbed in the Undertaker's body. Hard shots by Flair.
After severely injuring his back in a plane crash in 1975, Flair became more apprehensive about taking big bumps on his back. It's why we'd often see him take bumps more on his side.
Did Flair start turning more to the side because of his broken back and the fact that he was trying to, when he got back in the business, put stress in other places? Probably.
Hey man, you gotta protect yourself one way or another if you're gonna keep doing this. But I'm sure that didn't feel much better anyway. Like,
this is also why Rick started doing the Flair flop face bump.
as a child, it was cool, but as an adult, I was like, turn this bullshit off.
100 WWE moves that were sold perfectly.
Ah, man. Some of them was nasty. Them chair shots was ugly. And I can see why people wouldn't want to take those. I wouldn't want to take that shit. I know you wouldn't want to take it. I don't care where you hit me on the body at. I don't know if y'all seen Jamie Foxx stand up when he was talking about LL Cool J hit him for real. He was like, don't hit my body, goddammit. Because I act. Shit. But, yeah, man. The things these people put themselves through to entertain us, and how some of us are just so pissy and just complain about everything. It's like, man, these people putting their life on the line just so you could have a good 2 hours out of a week or whatever, you know what I mean? Hey, all wrestlers, they got a level of my respect just because they put themselves out there to do that. You know, some I'll just be like, you can quit if you want to, but hey, man, I gotta respect them to a degree. Like, as you go out there and do something I never would do. When I was younger, everybody wanted to be a wrestler. You know, you think about it, you're like, yeah, man, I can do that. I want to do this, do that. This would be my finisher. Then you start looking later, you like, whoa, I'm glad I didn't pursue that. But some of them are beat. Anyway, man, thank you all for watching. Appreciate you all stopping by. You know how it is, man. I love when y'all come in, interact, comment, do some stuff, you know what I mean? So keep it on coming. Tell your friends, sub to the channel. Appreciate y'all. Kaos out.